we here? We are all connected to the stars. We are all one. Who do you want to be?
Hey, all you lovely souls. Welcome to Gaia Intuitive's channel, where we explore topics of spirituality, extraterrestrial contact, psychic awareness, channeling, and much more. Please subscribe and hit the thumbs up to stay tuned into my content. Now, today we have a guest, Liliana. She has a background in property development, but has since found herself on a new path, transitioning, or I guess you would say shifting over into a new reality. So where she is now doing healing work and helping others create, manifest those abundances and desires that they are after. Welcome, Liliana.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me here. I feel that I already jumped a new reality and shifted a reality just by connecting with you. Mm-hmm. So because since the moment I've connected with you, I've already could see jumping, a quantum space.
It's funny, isn't it? Because since we met, our energy we've been very drawn to each other's content and aligned. And when we have spoken, there's been a lot of energy there.
That day on the bed last 2 days ago, when we were just talking before I was going to bed, I felt like I've known you for years. And because I've basically shift this reality already, I'm shifting dimensions already as we speak. I felt like I knew you for years, because in January I had a dream, and I want this to be recorded now live, and I could not understand this dream. Basically, I was living a reality. I've been shown my spirit guides. Mm-hmm. There were 3 swans with wings, but angel wings, 2 horses with angel wings, and a lion with an angel.
Yes, wing. I remember seeing this live.
Okay. So I didn't make much about it, mm-hmm. but I understood the divine portal was about to enter the earth. And because I know this, now I know the interpretation of the dream, I'm in a position that I can say I shift the reality right there in January, because I see now a multidimensional quantum acceleration on the earth. Mm-hmm. Everyone is now moving into this transition into the new earth system. And I'm so happy that I find out that these things come automatically, as you just don't think about them. They just come to you. But
so going from starting there, from anyone that doesn't actually know what shifting realities, what that means, how would you put that?
Describe.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just a normal girl in a normal world here, working like everybody else, probably doing more than average because I've done it all my life. And until I had this, what people call it is more than saying spiritual awakening. I don't think we are going to a spiritual awakening, because we are spiritual already. We are the human journey.
Yes.
Becoming to understand
constantly it's a journey, isn't it? Yeah.
So I become to unlock and anchoring frequencies and star codes that I could never understood they could happen to me.
When you say unlock these codes, did you see them in dreams, in your visions, inner eye?
Everything in my body, especially. Okay. It was more bodily than everything else.
Physical sensations?
I started to dream first about things, and there was a lot of dreams. So I knew I was into something else. And then my body started to, what people call uploads and upgrades. I started tingling. First, people say we have to align your chakras, and because I didn't know anything about this. Basically, let's say I'm a novelty on this field. But because everything was downloaded so rapidly for the past year, everything started in 2 years, but the past year has been one after the other. I start to question, what is this? So most people, they start to heal from the root chakra up. I think my crown chakra was the first one to open. So I start to feel tingling sensations. There was someone there 24/7, like tingling my crown. That was the first symptom I started to feel. And then the other ones was like shivering and tremblous, like I was in a high almost, I was like in a bus 24/7. And then I couldn't sleep. So I was like no sleeping for a long time. I could go days on end without sleeping. And then it was the food. Everything started changing me, Although I always been very healthy, I started to not want to eat. So I was like, okay, something is going on in here. And then, oh my gosh, this is every full moon since then, every full moon. We're talking about more or less 1 year up to now. Every single full moon, I call it the Christ consciousness for real. Remember when Christ used to say that he felt the weight of the world when he started to feel pain and sorrow for everyone? Although I went through the dark night of the soul, like the collective is going now, my shift was so rapidly that every full moon I couldn't eat, I couldn't drink, I couldn't even think or function. I had to just put it all out. It was like a new person was just coming out for a new person to come in.
Every time.
Do you understand that?
Absolutely, yeah, like a purging. So did in terms of your consciousness in, I suppose, early on, the old reality and shifting into those new experiences and feeling those things physically and whatnot, how was your thinking? What were you starting to think about and focus on?
I start to every time I come to my feed, because everybody like do media these days, something was resonating with me very deep. But the only thing that I found out, it was not just resonating in some little quote, it was the download after that, understanding what that quote really meant. So I was resonating with things, with people, signs in the road and frequencies and everything. And I understood that I'm more than this person, more than this body. And everything was like a download, a library of knowledge just started to download into my brain. And I slowly start to kind of forget everything that I've learned from a young age to give room to the new knowledge, which was very scared. And I have a friend, she's a YouTuber. She's got a lot of things on YouTube. And she said, not many women are where I am at this time. And I feel that as a privilege. And I'm honored because people see me and notice me to know me from somewhere else. And this, for me, it's not new now, but at the time was a bit scary because a lot of people say, oh, I know you from this place. Oh, I know you from that place. And it was kind of scary. So like now people associate me and see me as a high priestess.
And would you say that knowing now is quite like a really internal, energetic knowing of certain people?
Yeah, remember that we now hold in the light for others. So the star system is all internal. What I'm trying to resonate is all these people that they know me. Of course, they know me. They know me from here, so they think they know me from here. But I can kind of start to understand. We know each other from eons ago, and we've been here doing this time, these jobs many times before. So I start to receive like unlocking and anchoring these frequencies, like star codes, like plasma codes, quantum light encoded frequency, like gamma, atomic, and crystalline body. I started to get this, I don't know how to say to you, because I kind of moved straight away and shift from PD to Christ consciousness. And everybody was like, at the time, it was like, oh, we are moving through 3 to 4D. I felt I kind of skipped the 4D straight away. It was so rapidly that I've entered into this this kind of new knowledge, and it
Almost
was
like you've come from a much higher place, and you've come down here, and you're really unlocking those things that you forgot, and you're now putting that together and trying to make sense of it all.
Yeah, and now what I understand now, because since I started this, a lot of people skeptical. They were not making any notice of what I was doing, but suddenly I've noticed that I'm holding the light, and therefore every time, because I shift everything, my Facebook, I've revamped everything, my new ways, I've revamped, because I used to be cryptocurrency, gold, silver, oil, property. I kind of gave up of everything. I already told this in another podcast, and I've changed and shift this person that I, people know as Liliana, to become to know that I am actually Lyra, Leah from Lyra. And this name came up. I don't know how it came up. I've been given a patriarchal blessing when I was quite young, because I used to be on a Mormon church. Okay. And this name came, and I was like, no wonder why this name was given. I couldn't associate this name from anywhere. But again, I have a lot of dreams, not extraterrestrial. I have some extraterrestrial, but I have more dreams about celestial kingdom.
Right. Yeah.
So I've been with those celestial beings already, and I try to, instead of, I'm shifting the reality now at the moment. So instead of going to the new, because at the moment I know this new energy is here on the earth, and everybody eventually with the next, let's say 3 to 5 years, almost human, almost everyone, as you know, they're going to enter to this. I've skipped this already. In my reality, okay, what I'm doing, skipping dimension after dimension, I've already seen me skipping this, because at the moment I know what I'm here for. Although everybody's like embracing the new, it's like in my mind, I've already skipped this, and I'm quantum jump a further dimension, if that makes sense. So for me, the next 3 to 5 years, I'm going to see a lot of people being where I am today, which is now, but I'm already today ahead. If that makes sense.
What you're talking about when you're talking about this shifting consciousness or realities is really changing your perspective, unlocking things that, digging deeper into the consciousness, into your awareness. And how, continue.
Yeah, I was going to say something very interesting, because I had a dream in a seventh dimension, which was very, very real. Everybody in the earth, in the planet, could see planets around us. Every single person was shocked, like they were in it. I can tell you the new way of dressing is not going to be what you recognize to be now, okay? I know for sure the new way of housing, the new way of dressing, the new way we consume things are going to be totally different, because I've been through it already in the seventh dimension, all right? So the new clothing is not going to be like it's going to be, that's why the COVID hit, because everybody started to feel very comfortable when they're wearing. And I see this in my dream. I was like, wow, this is actually happened. So to not skip your question, was when I saw the seventh dimension, every human person could see in neck and eye, the planets. And I was holding an ET. He was like you call it probably a dark gray. When I hold this ET in my hand, well, he was holding me, and saw all these planets around planet Earth. We could see all the planets around us, okay? I've got a clear picture in my mind. And what he was telling me was, I'm holding the light to prepare the humans for the galactic life. We are not yet ready for this. They want to come here, the light family, they want to come here. But if they just land in here now and say, look, guys, we're here now, we're going to take control of this, because we've been blind for so long, but this is the time of creating a new reality, new shifting, because you understand now that you have only consciousness. I understood this job. I am part of this job. I never knew before. When the dreams come to your mind, you actually jump dimensions. You are in different realms. You agree with me? Mm-hmm. So I understood that I'm preparing the people, because the life that is going to be, it's no longer what we know as now. Mm-hmm. So I'm already one step ahead. Although it doesn't seem like, I feel like. Yeah. So if that makes sense.
So if you were to go back now to your the beginning of your spiritual journey, what fundamental piece of advice would you give to people that would that you consider probably most valuable?
Okay, this is a very difficult one because, as you know, there are a lot of people waking up to this and they have their own versions of telling stories. That's why I don't have a channel. That's why I don't have a group. That's why, because I'm not after the old paradigm, which is the followers, the money making. I am here genuinely, purely, I understood my call 100% to hold the light without any merit. I don't need credit, I don't need merit. Remember, Jesus was the same. He was just spreading his conscientiousness, which is not his, it was somebody else, by the way. But he was spreading his consciousness, and he was not asking for people to follow him. Whoever they will join. I feel exactly in the same position at the moment.
But of course, there must be something that somebody could take away from this that would
tell you what,
maybe save them a bit of work going through that.
Yeah, I tell them what I did, and this is going to help everyone. What you have to do is study yourself. This is the basic thing you can do to your life instead of following A, B, C, and D, because they're all going to say, here we are, here, I've got this information here. You follow and study yourself first. When you understand yourself, you're going to understand everything around you, which is connected to Mother Gaia Sophia. Once you connect with that, you understand the 5 elements of the earth, and then you can start to work from the basics. Anything more than that, it's mis-selling.
Absolutely. And, you know, we see that online a lot, don't we, where people that are new to the spiritual understandings, trying to find themselves, asking the community and asking externally questions that they really should be asking their higher self through, you know, meditation, prayer, or even just as a thought process. And I think that you're right, 100% right in that we really need to go inwards because it's an internal journey.
Exactly. I see a lot of people like spending hours, because I've done that mistake at the beginning, spending hours on meditation and you don't get anything done. I can now be with my eyes open and be in state of meditation 24/7 because I'm connected.
Yes.
You can do that.
Well, once you understand that you are connected always and infinitely, it's you can't not be. So you're always in a state, and when you're in that state of now, in the moment, not in the past, not in the future, you're now, and so you're able to cultivate and grow and, you know, work with the energy of the universe in each moment.
You come with a state of awareness, the now moment, which have to be like 24/7, because that 24/7 is not gonna help. Because I'm very lucky because I don't have any dependents. I live on my own. I don't have anybody to be responsible for. But for example, if you are a mom, or if you are a care worker, or if you have a full-time job, whatever, all this, you can't be like that all the time because you waste your time, you get frustrated, and then nothing aligns and everything starts to go wrong. And instead of unity, we get separation. And that's what we see at the moment. People are separating even more. We've seen what's happened during COVID, and people are separated. So they've been forced to live and to learn how to live with each other during this time, so they could learn how to be not separated, but to be united. But this caused more even separation because they couldn't see that one, they couldn't see the loved one, they couldn't see. So instead of going back in cycles, a lot of people need to understand, if you haven't learned the lesson yet, I can clearly see the old softwares of fear disintegrating from the planet Earth. I see it. Although there are so many of us, not me included, of course, but so many people, I say of us because I see so many of us still living in the limitation, in the lack, in the self-old belief, in the paradigm, controlling. I see, although half of us, remember that half of them is half of us. Half of us are trying to bring them this new knowledge, saying, yes, it's here, but remember, it's for a reason, it's for a lesson and a blessing. And instead of living in fear, why don't you put yourself in another state. And how I say that is, I used to try to warn people about the vaccination and this and the other. I don't know if you want to, expand on that, but I don't need to, because obviously it sometimes gets bad. I said to people, look, why don't you instead create a new reality where this is no longer existent? So I shift that already. I've shifted that dimension completely already. And I've been telling all my friends, do not post this. Say instead, this is over. We are into another reality. And what they take in this is, oh, this is actually great, because I no longer see the world like that. So I don't need to live into fear anymore. I've already quantum jumped. That reality for me is no longer. That is not existent. That's what I'm talking about, because it's not part of my world, not part of my reality. You agree?
And there's a lot of talk about, beings coming down to save us, not that we need saving, and taking us to some new earth, or creating, all of a sudden we'll wake up and it will be some new earth. That what they need to really understand is that we shift into that through our consciousness.
Exactly. I see already the new earth forming. I totally am in that realm. I'm 100% in that realm, because I don't promote anything that is, obviously, if things no longer serve me with much pain, I have to let them go, because I see myself in a new reality. I do not associate where I was. Therefore, I had to let it go a lot of stuff. And a lot of people even say, don't you want it? I said, no, what I want is for all to have. So is any more desire, is any greater desire than this?
Than to serve others.
Yeah, it's service to most of them still. And I'm not service to myself anymore. It's service to others. So I think everybody else now are waking up to this new conscience. And I see this pattern going for a good, let's say, 3 to 5 years. It's going to happen. This is how I shift this reality already. I see every single person wanted to make money from this now. Once they discover what they are, who they are, oh, this is a new way. Let's make money. Here, come over here. And I've shifted.
Well, I mean, we were speaking about this the other day, and as soon as there is some kind of, the human being wants to make this rigid structure and box things in and create a system and then sell it, make money off it, the ego jumps in and, that takes over. But continue.
Well, yes, that's why, because I dream a lot of the celestial realms, and I've been there and I've tasted the food, what the people call in the Bible the manna. I know what the manna tastes like, because I've tasted it in my dreams. And you just eat a little bit of powder. It's like a golden powder, and it's like you call it Matonic gold. I don't know the name of it in English, because I'm very confused with this name. Anyway, you taste a little bit of that and you are satisfied for the whole day. It may be just a reality in my dream, but how I see it is, new bodies are not going to lead all these foods. They are intoxicated with all these chemicals. So I've already tasted this manna. If I say this to somebody, I mean, whoever's going to come to watch this is completely, she's gone. But I've gone because I wanted to go to a reality where we're not going to need to work like slaves to provide for our own existence, because this is just survival.
Slaves to a system that we were born into and just told, this is just what you do. This is what humans do.
No, exactly. But we're not supposed to come here to pay bills. We're not supposed to here to, just because we are surviving only. And surviving means, for a lot of people, make money out of somebody else.
We get put in we're a child, we get put in a system, an educational system that we have no choice, no say in. It just is that. Then we go to work and we have to work under a system, and we have no say in that. We have to work to survive, to put a roof over our head and food in our mouth, and then, get married, have kids, do the whole. And because we're told to, and we're raised to think that that's what being a human being is about.
Yeah. I mean, what I can say at the moment from what I see, because I see myself there, is we are going to maybe struggle with this new age for at least another 3 to 5 years. once the galactic family start to contact, because you channel these beings, and I really want to have a talk about this another time with you, because I think that's fascinating. I can't channel anything. I mean, I sense them. I can't hear them,
Oh,
but
you
I
know,
sense.
I think that we receive, perceive, and experience things in a multitude of ways. All of us differently. So each of us are very unique in the way that we get those things come to us.
But what I know is for sure, because they come in impressions into my mind, is the next 5 years they want to interact. They really want to interact. They just can't say, "There's our spaceships. We're going to land now, and we're going to detect how it's going to be." I've seen already how this is going to operate, and what I feel at the moment. This is the state I'm living. This is I shift my reality completely. Is I come from a place of peace now. If I come somebody, instead of trying, I'm not trying anymore. I let them go with love, because eventually, in their own time, whether it's 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, they will understand where I am. So without judgment, I just let them go with light and love. But it's difficult, because some of them are people that you love. Some of them are your friends, your family, people that know you for all your life. And it's difficult for them to understand where you are consciously. It's very hard.
And you know, vibrationally too. So when we, as energetic beings ourselves, when we raise our vibration, those things of that vibration will be drawn to us, and the things that no longer resonate vibrationally will leave.
Yes.
So it's a natural process, and I think the more and more people that open up and have these sorts of discussions, and really speak about the shift through it, because there's a lot of people out there talking about already being there, which is fantastic when you're there, but it can be quite daunting for the person that is just at the beginning of their spiritual journey.
Yeah, because people get confused. So I get bombarded with messages and asking questions about this. That's why I do my live sometimes, to explain how it is for me. I see a great deal of people now understanding what I was talking about 2 years ago, when they call me completely lost the plot and crazy. Because remember, I came from being the Liliana who used to be on cryptocurrency, on Zoom calls and masterminds all the time with the property and all these things, like one after the other, to somebody who switch off, lock the door. This is how I've done it, okay? For anybody that's come and watch this. I completely locked that door, because that door was no longer my door. I've entered into another door, which is a light door, and the beams of light told me, this is your journey, this is your light. You don't have to take it. It's up to you if you want to take it. When I've noticed that my inner being was more into peace, with more alignment, because I was not longer stressed, not longer with anxiety, not longer trying to prove anything to anybody, not longer want to succeed because I've already had success within, I kind of accept that door, and I've opened the door to others. And when I've done that, I've seen a massive transformation to those around me, including my property. They're not going to say, yes, because you started, we are now there. They're not going to say that, but they can clearly see that I've transported the portal to them, open this door, like saying, oh, she was not embarrassed about doing this. Why should we be? So now everybody's open up to it. And I say, wow, I've done a great job, even though I don't have the merit because I don't need to. I know I've opened the door. So even mentors and coaches that I used to associate with, they now become more open into this spirituality. They're not even more focused on to money as such. They're more like, oh yeah, we teach them how to do this, but we've got a way to open the door.
Well, I think even the word spiritual can be quite, for someone that that word may not resonate with them. And so I think there's a lot of people probably also in your older community, and I've got family myself that are in, sales and things like that, where the same material, the same understandings do apply, but rather than applying them at a third density sort of egoic level, digging a little bit deeper and starting to really, like you mentioned, manifest on a much more conscious scale, which is something I know you love.
Yeah, because it's funny to say that, because a lot of people are manifesting for things of the earth still. I am powerful manifester on the other field, okay? And I can assure you, and I can 100% feel it within me, every single cell in my body says this. When I manifest for the collective, it works really fast, because I can see a lot of people around and all my network expanding this. When I manifest, it's manifesting from the heart, from love, from being present, from being the human body, embracing the ascension. And I see other people manifesting for goals. Oh, but this week I'm going to make a goal. I'm going to buy 5 houses. And I say, light and love to you. I hope your 5 houses will open the door for yours. Conscientiousness, because your 5 houses, maybe in 3 years' time, you're not going to need them anyway. So I was like, I manifest. Honestly, they don't understand what I'm saying. Well, I manifest for them to open the door to the deeper knowledge that's behind these 5 houses, because this is only matter, and it doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah.
Then when I manifest for other people, it's like, I hope you understand. I hope you open your heart. I manifest for you to be more loving towards the ones around you, because remember, they are creating goals for themselves to be rich, right? There's nothing wrong with that, absolutely nothing. But when you reach, I've been there. I tell you, I've been there and I know it. When I was in a restaurant, I used to work 111 hours a week. I had no time for my husband. I had no time for my son. I divorced. Everything crumbled in my life. So what was the point to have what they haven't when you're not present, when you love the world, but you can't love the ones around you? It's all pretenders, because I've been there. There's no denying on this. They can deny whatever they like. They're lying to themselves. I've been there and I know it. What is the point of having this nice car? I used to ride a flash convertible and all that. I used to do my nails and my face and my things every day, my beauty, whatever. What is the point of that when you're working just towards that anyway? So you're forever working to sustain yourself in this environment of beauty, wannabe, pretend, perfect couple, perfect life. And this is true. I'm speaking from my heart. I've been there. And I see these people portrayed in the same images I was portrayed years ago. Yeah. Now that I'm lonely, I'm not lonely. I'm lonely. People say that I'm lonely, but I'm not, because I've got a lot of people around me. Now that I'm on my own, I never felt so complete.
Yes.
I used to go into depression, anxiety. I've been not liking myself. And I used to be quite a pretty girl, but never used to like myself. And now I'm aging and I love myself more than ever. More than ever. In fact, I had a nice relationship now with someone, and I said, because we're not vibrating the same frequency, do I want to sustain this or not? And I said, look, light and love, go. And I manifested in my booklet here in October, and I was just reading everything, and I was like, oh my gosh, this has already happened. Because in Christmas this year, he found somebody else, and I was like, oh, thank goodness for that, because that was a power manifest because of my progression, or my evolution.
Yes.
If you want to evolve, some people have to evolve with you and can come with you. Some people are not there. They're not in.
I think the important thing to the manifesting is your focus. Exactly where you're putting your focus, and also where you're being conscious that you don't actually put any focus on what you don't desire, what you don't want either, because when you're focusing on what you don't want, you're still giving energy to it. So to really move out and become.
Yeah, I've done it in a different way. I've done it in a way of it's going to help me for my highest good.
Yes.
Instead of saying this is going to happen because I want, it's not because I want. It's all about for my highest good. Yes. And because of my highest good, the universe actually diverted the direction I go and helped me to have it. Mm-hmm. So when I say manifest, I manifest for my highest good, and I see these people that were with me going into different paths. Eventually, they will one day come back to me and say, oh, I'm really sorry, I was not in that frequency. And it's fine. You don't know what you're going to get. You just don't know. But for the time being, it's manifesting for your highest good. And when I manifest for my...
And that highest good is really felt when we dig deep and dig through the layers and get to know ourselves. And then that's where we find that spark source in the universe, that little spark within us that we all know is there. And we all have access to it, and we all connect with it all the time. We're always connected.
Yeah, if you look at the star system, that people look at the stars, or people look, I mean, I never understood the stars. I was looking at the stars, so I wonder if I can ever reach there. To understand that just I'm one of them, it's all inside of me. And when you understand that, people say, but wow, how? Because you are part of everyone in the creation. So whoever comes here, whoever, I mean, I still believe I go in the basis there, some higher power out there, because we don't know everything, that is going to connect to the highest of the highest, which is with the celestial realm. Okay, we already skipped this extraterrestrial, because remember, this is all consciousness, and they're more advanced beings than ourselves. They have a much interest to habitat the earth again, because we've got everything they need and they want and they desire. But I shift that, because I've already been with them in my dream reality, which is another realm, which I call the second dimension. That's what I saw. I want to step up to the 8 and 9 and the 10. Why not? If I can step up to that and now be with angels instead, why not? So as you see, everybody's coming to this conscientious, and I'm already passed it on.
Each journey is going to be very, very different, very, very unique, in the way that they not only find themselves to begin with, but continue along that journey of growth and expansion. So this has been an awesome, fantastic chat with you today, Liliana, or tonight. So you mentioned obviously like manifestation, and what was the first thing that we went into? I was just going to leave the viewers with maybe a couple of things that you recommend they delve into. So really getting to know themselves, asking themselves lots of questions, manifesting.
I was going to say, if anybody wants to watch this and start to apply anything like this to their lives, in order to manifest it for themselves first, let them try to see if they can manifest love for our humanity. If every single person manifests the basic, which is nothing is nothing, everything is love. If every single person starts putting in their minds, I want to live in a better earth, I totally guarantee 100% to 1,000,000% that everybody wants to do good, and we will disintegrate the whole paradigm. Everything will be shifting to, I don't know, let's call it the rubbish, the darkest of the darkest in the end of the darkness, and we will shift to this new reality. The problem is that humanity, they still manifesting for things of the earth, which is the desirable things, the cars, the whatever, the goods that they can acquire and buy. If they can buy,
I think that drive towards that materialistic, those materialistic aspects are rooted really at the core in fear and suppression and of humanity. And I think that to get to know ourselves, as you have been talking about this interview, I think that we really need to, as you mentioned, love and compassion, more love and compassion, and to be putting that out there individually, which will grow collectively.
Yeah, remember that people might crucify you because everybody now woke up to a conscientious. This is very crucial. They say we can manifest anything. Let's manifest this. Yeah. So what they manifest, external things, they are still in the old system for me, in the old paradigm, because they're not internal. They're still on the external. They're still seeking the external. Let's say, oh, now that I remember how to manifest, now that I know I'm powerful, because everybody talks about this. Remember, this is very, very deep. Now that I'm very powerful, I know who I am, the I amness present, me, moi, I am going to ask for a car. Oh, no, I'm going to ask for 2 cars or a house with a swimming pool. Nothing wrong with that. But is that super manifestation for the new earth? No.
It's not. It's those people that I think are on that journey. They are souls that are on that journey. I think at this stage in the evolution of the earth and the consciousness of all of the beings on earth, I think that we are well beyond the split has well and truly started to happen. And
we are teaching them, because once they understand that we want those things, because we no longer seek the external, they're going to put some light bulb on their heads and say, but why they don't want? They're going to question themselves. It's not because we don't want, because we are manifesting. Remember, we are achieving this with lesser effort. We're not 12 hours, 14 hours, bang, 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 working because it's success, success, success. We left that, the old paradigm. We left it behind. But when our power is beyond that, they're going to say, oh, but they're not working 12 hours a day, so they're not making phone calls, they're not making this, because you actually apply in your reality. You shift dimension, you shift completely to understand that thing is no longer needed, because you will obtain it as you desire for other people.
Absolutely. And I think, the greater the divide, as we feel that divide, and the suffering continues on one side. I had this quote written down today, and it just feels like a good time to bring it up. Suffering forces consciousness to break from free from ego. So, as collectively as that suffering occurs, it's really driving out the ego and allowing that freedom to occur. Yeah,
totally. Well, they will see that there is something fundamentally unbelievable happening inside of us, some of us, because we, the star light workers and the star beings, we are now holding this light for them. So we let them follow their journey. Eventually they're going to be curious, what is that we know that they don't know, and they will start to find out. So I would like to live with that. I would like to live like every single person is on a personal journey. They might think we are declining money or we not want it. It's not about the money anymore. This is about, we can create anything, we can have anything, as long as we use our power for the greatest cause. And the greatest cause is to help all humans to wake up to this reality. I mean, the Lions Gate is going to start on the 22nd of the 2nd, isn't it, June? Because I had this dream, I never understood what it was. So this is going to bring a new reality system into the place, into the hard drives of the earth. And a lot of people are going to say, oh, more people are going to wake up to this on the 22nd, but it's going to be like a massive amount of people, because it's been happening since the Lions Gate in July or August. I don't know if you remember. Since then until now, it's been a massive a float of people doing this. So now that I know what's happened on the 22nd of the 2nd, I'll be holding the light. I'm still holding the light. So I'll be here for anyone that doesn't understand what is going on. But they don't need to understand. They just need to dive in and understand themselves, and then create whatever they want. Because we can, I mean, I'm not even here. I'm in my bedroom now. You can see me in my bedroom. But in my mind's eye, I'm not even here. So whatever I create. So how people say, but how can you create if you're still in your bedroom? Because there's so many versions of me out there. I can be anywhere. At the moment, I'm here, but I'm thinking somewhere else. And I know in a few months' time, I won't be here, because I'm already working towards that. And once you understand that you're working towards that, but they people think that you're working towards that like a hard working. My hard drive is not like theirs anymore, okay? Although I'm not technical, and I understood this very long now, a long time is taking me to understand, it's my hard drive is been modulating to hold the light only, to push them forward, to say, look, guys, you guys work with this, and I'm working with this. This my hard drive, this one is switch on. And once people understand this is the real one, this is not the real one.
Absolutely. And I think that's a beautiful sentiment to leave it on. really the drive of love is so powerful, so strong, and it really will be the turning point of where Earth is headed.
Yeah, and I'm super excited about it. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here with me, Liliana. It was so much fun to chat to you, and I know we have a few interviews and things and lives and whatnot coming up, so very excited to be extending upon all of this conversation.
Yeah, I would love to bring you on a Facebook Live, because I know you're challenging your reptilians, and my friends maybe don't understand what that is, and I would like to talk about that live to make them understand what that means, because there's a whole new level of layers that we can uncover and help people to understand once they, because when I connected with you already, like today, I see myself in another multi-dimensional realm, because I tap into you. So by tapping into you, I've already stepped up some other knowledge that it was not here, because I've been asking for a few things, and when we ask, you will receive. So
Absolutely.
Thank you for being, thank you so much.
Much love to you. Thank you for being here. We'll see you soon.
See you soon. Thank you.
Thank you guys for being here and watching today. Your support means the world to me. If you could please give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and feel free to drop some comments below. We would love to hear your experiences and your journey. All right, we'll see you soon. Thank you for watching.